The 2018 San Diego Film Awards cinematography winner is a film called Siren. Beautifully photographed film. Broke my heart because I was one of the other nominees and it won. Damn it. But what's funny about that is Tommy Brown was the gaffer on Siren. He was also the gaffer on the film that I shot. So his odds were pretty good. He is a gaffer, and as a director of photography, your gaffer should be your best friend. Tommy Brown has gaffed. Let's see. Tommy is originally from Virginia Beach, Virginia, but moved to San Diego in 2008. He has worked extensively in electric and grip departments for film and video productions for 26 years, even though he looks 28 years old. He has worked on countless commercials, indie films, TV shows, and feature films, including HBO's John Adams, Triple X 2, State of the Union, Eagle Eye, Anchorman 2, Transformers 3, and Spielberg's Lincoln. Okay, all that other stuff just kind of falls off the table when I say that one. Tommy recently started Neptune Power Company, a motion picture generator rental business. So, Tommy, you're on. Tommy Brown, ladies and gentlemen.
First off, I just want to thank everybody for this opportunity and for coming out, because this is what an amazing. I didn't expect more than just a couple people. Yeah, so we're going to talk about a couple things today, but obviously my thing is a little bit different, that I come from a background of period piece lighting. Got my start at 15. I couldn't drive. I was getting driven to sets. My grandparents would drop me off. My parents would drop me off. And I eventually, got a driver's license. But a couple sets were a long time ago, 27 some odd years ago. Anyway, yeah. And having a small grad school in my backyard didn't hurt, and even being on the East Coast. So got to kind of hang out, meet a bunch of people, still have a couple of those friendships, and they, once I got in and out of college, some of those progressed into actual career. That's the Reader's Digest version about me. Yeah, I married into San Diego and wouldn't advise moving during a recession, but sometimes that happens. And completely didn't know a soul, and went to a couple meetings and met fine people like Eric Addison, and who gave me great advice, which was there's about 10 guys in town that can hire you, and they all don't come to the same damn meeting. So you better keep coming to these things. So I did that for a little bit until I made the rounds and met a bunch of people, and finally slowed down of flying back to Virginia to get work, to get, pay the bills. But my family's still there, so I don't mind going and doing a working vacation and having somebody else pay for it. What we're going to do today is the reason I'm even here is Nate Riedel. Nate won this year's best cinematography for Siren, but what was the festival? I'm forgetting. I'm sorry.
San Diego Film Awards.
That's right. So Nate couldn't be here because he gaffed a film that made it to Cannes, and he's currently at Cannes, which sucks for him. Anyway, very jealous and very proud of him at the same time. So, but he asked me, I gaffed Siren, and he asked me to co-lead with him, and then he got pulled elsewhere, so I kind of ran with this. So that's where we get to here. We're going to show you today how to do a little bit of some lantern gags, do some candlelight, see how it affects on the face, your background, and then play with for a hot minute something that I learned how to do a little bit of water effects that looks better than bouncing a light into a bucket of water. So,
Do you want to show the beginning of Siren?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that.
Kill the house lights, please.
And can we kill the back door and maybe even the backlights? Or that's fine. We don't need to do that yet. That can be when we do lanterns. That's too much, Steve.
Too much.
Too much.
Yeah, go ahead and roll it.
Brad. Can you help them get parts for the second lantern? Okay, thanks. We're gonna build one of those and show them how to do it.
Okay, so this one's you're going on the belt, and then you want another one.
But they need to be, it needs to be covered. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, the mics are still on.
I can just lay on the ground.
This is a cinematography seminar. We don't care about audio.
Just watch your back. Just watch your back.
Could be some little tape right here. You do that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, ma'am. I sure can. Yep. So right now we have a 10K going through the window is backlighting her. There's a 1K through another door, and we're doing 360 watt, actually 2 setups of lantern that are hitting the side of her face and the back wall. And the windows are illuminated by a 10K LED. And we also have a 4x bounce card beadboard on her left cheek. So it's returning what the 10K is doing, and we're adding a 1K Lico ellipsoidal into the card and riding that on a little bit of a dimmer. But you can see the lantern coming in a little bit around the candle on her back. 1K is blued. It's half blue. I am not the one to ask that. I don't know. Because I'm the gaffer. And another, there's our lantern effect. Yeah, we can pause there. Anyway, so a couple of our, yeah, we're good. But we'll show you how to do a little bit of lantern gags and a little bit of candle effect without having fire in school. And yeah, cool. We'll show you how to do that. Can I get house lights for just a minute? All right. All right. Can you loosen that knuckle for me?
Yep.
And just pop it up and get it out of the way. Thank you. Thanks. Cool. How far are you away, Amy? Okay, sweet. Do you want to assume the position, or you want to wait? You can wait because we got to do some lights and move some stuff around.
I can be in the way there.
No.
Then I'll be there.
Okay.
Which way do you want?
You're on your left shoulder, and your belly is about where the spot is. So scoot into the corner just a little bit more.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to ruin the clothes?
Doesn't matter to me. I'd say the least we can get on it would be better.
Okay.
If you can just get, yeah, you're good. Yep.
Good night, everybody.
All right.
I still have the microphone.
I love it. You're a good sport. All right. Let's.
So Tommy, describe what you're doing.
So I'm actually gonna set this 10K for our sunlight in the back. And Brad's gonna help me do that.
Yep. Back to normal.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Thank you. Yeah, you can go ahead and fire it up.
Yeah, that's a Mole Richardson tenor, but it's an LED. It's a 10K light. The old tenors were tungsten lights. This is an LED.
Yep. Speaking from beyond the grave. Yeah, exactly. All right, so because we're rolling critical sound.
Yeah.
Great.
He's been asleep for 3 days. He's good. Let's see. Can we kill the Lico or whatever? Oh, I guess that's what we need. Never mind. We're cool. Need to do. No, we're good. Cannon diffusion. Confusion.
You didn't say yes.
I sure did. Oh wow. Okay, that's cool. No, that's good.
Sorry.
We'll be all right. Yeah.
More on him.
I want to do that 1K Lico that's outside with the blue. Get that ready, and we can. Hey, let's bring in the lantern. And,
Apparently, Tommy asked me to get a can of diffusion, and I didn't get it, and I forgot. Or I didn't.
It's
do
okay.
It, so
going right here.
All right.
And then
You line?
what's up? Yeah. Okay, cool. Thank you.
you can put the generator right outside the door, and that'll fog the place.
Thanks. Thank you for getting the house. All right. So I want. Hey. Yep. Here, I guess. Yeah. So I need more black wrap, and I need 6 hand squeezes. I have all of them out there, and I need all of them in here. Yep.
Okay, so explain what you're doing and why.
Okay. I am making this lantern to actually work and only throw light in one direction. And there's another tool that we have that I'm not going to complain to anybody about because I'm all about getting a rental when you can get a rental. But there's a tool that we use. We had probably close to 20 of them on John Adams, and I just want to do it. Yeah, that'll work. It's fine. Yeah, for magic gadgets. So we had like 20 of them. They're about shoebox size. It's called a magic gadget. And what it does is it has about 30 different settings on it that it's a code by flipping 4 switches. You can do up, down, and whatever the pattern is, it has on the side, it has a key of what if it does lightning strike, if it does fire, TV. I've used it tons of times for TV gags. You put three little 200 inkies like Gary had, and have them. You can plug in. It has 3 separate 20 amp breakers on it. So you plug in the 3 circuits, and it'll flicker opposite of all the other breakers. So you're not doing the same pattern of just blinking on and off. But it's by flipping those little switches, and it's a great tool. We used it on a 17th century ship for John Adams for all of the lanterns. It's in probably every Pirates of the Caribbean movie. If there's a lantern in the scene, that's what's making it flicker.
So
Cool.
how are you doing it here?
I am going to do it with what you can get from Home Depot. So hand squeezes are dimmers. And Jim Fu, let's do each individual one.
Okay, copy.
Please, thank you. And that's a big one.
Yeah.
Yep, that's cool. So anyway, it's we're gonna with 3 hand squeezes, you can offset them and basically make. Since you only have 2 hands, you do 2. You get a friend, do the third one. And you're not punching it in and out. You're just riding the dial. And you can get it to get low enough, and what it'll do on the face is basically simulate fire. And I'm using full straw on all these because Nate had a better description, and I'll try to read that a little bit later. Yes, sir. Yeah, go ahead.
You guys were referring to a yellow gel, but when you say straw, full straw, can you just tell me what CTO is? Or...
Absolutely. So it's in the party gel family. Straw is, I consider, I mean, I might be the only one, but I consider straws in party gel flavor, and because it's not your typical CTO or CTB. And they have full, half, and quarter straw, and it's just another flavor of gel. It's just oranger. It's more orange, and it's perfect for fire. You can get it at Roscoe. You can get it probably Lee Filters has them. Yep. And if you CTS. And it's and then so there's when you have low, like the color temperatures that we were dealing with in Siren were pretty much consistent because we weren't dealing with a fireplace. We didn't have the low coals, so you weren't getting a lot of the reds. It was just even lantern and even candlelight. So we stayed with that even theme, which is why all of the lights are CTS or color temperature straw. So yes, sir.
There's been a request that you repeat the question for those on the screen.
Oh, copy on this. Okay. So the question was, what color gel or what type of gel was I using on the lanterns that we're working on? So, and it is color temperature straw, full straw. Before I move forward, any other quick questions?
Can I
Yes.
describe the overall? Hi.
Describe your overall thoughts on the scene. What you're trying to accomplish. What's going to happen in the scene. What.
Absolutely.
And are you lighting for a particular camera angle, or are you lighting for the whole scene? And answer them.
Oh, yeah, I can do that. I'm just giving you the common. Yeah. I wouldn't have thought of that. So we don't have to pull it up right now, but I'm lighting for the scene with Thais is seated, and it's a close-up of her face, and she's backlit by the 10K, and we bring in a lantern and we bring in a bounce card and just do some soft kisses of light on both of her cheeks. And that's my main scene that I want to light for. And we're kind of also lit for just with moving a couple of fixtures to light for our dead guy that keeps talking. And so there's that. Did I answer that?
Yes.
No, I mean, and so it's mainly 2 quick scenes, and it's just lighting for that. I'm not having them do running lines or doing anything. It's basically what she was doing, and we can bring you in, Thais. Thank you.
Hey. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Thais Mayara.
Yes, this is your place.
Hi,
Thank
everyone.
Thank you, sweetie.
What'd you say?
How are we looking, gents? We getting close?
I don't want to be doing
All right.
questions during the middle of this. I want to do them at the end.
What I need a Lico with the half blue.
So there's the Lego with that blue, and I got a Parkan with that blue right
Yeah, I want to do the Lico first. We'll do the Parkan last.
So what are you
Is that
using
me?
the Lico for?
Thanks. I'm sorry, one more time.
What are you using the Lico for?
The Lico is the sun rising when we move to your scene, and we come just around here and look over Mike's right shoulder, and we slowly pan the Lico so to simulate time passing. Is a longer scene in the movie of we had a blood gag, we had a special effects gag that the pool of blood pooled and slowly grew out of the man's belly, And while it's doing that, the sun is creeping across the back wall of the cabin. And so we did it with within like a 30-second or a minute long scene by just slowly panning the light and having somebody on a hand pump, and pumping blood through, fake blood through. Yeah.
So that's for the next setup. Right?
That's a kind of a combined, but yeah.
Okay.
Let's bring in Brad. Can we? Yeah, we can do. Actually, we'll hold on that. I'm going to do the bounce card first. Are we about set with the lantern?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thanks. Can I get a full apple? Yes, sir.
So of course, there's a lot of planning, and the best plans fail. How much of what you actually had completed on the final project was in original planning, and that you had to achieve from the original plan?
The question was, how much of this shoot was thought of in pre-production versus on the day?
I can say that one of the things I'm really proud of is being a judge of what we need before we get there. So like what Gary was saying about pre-planning and planning ahead, I heartily reinforce that. Sometimes things just break. Sometimes you need a backup. My dad always told me to be prepared. So, he also taught me how to pack, and I never thought I'd be doing that for almost 30 years, but as a career. However, I am. But as far as pre-planning that went into it, I would say we did a fairly decent job of, we scouted we went to White Rabbit Ranch out in, it's Landers, just past Joshua Tree. It's a movie ranch, a bunch of fake saloons and a whole nine. So we toured the whole place, found our locations that we wanted to shoot in, and then narrowed it down to, all right, how are we going to attack? And that was a month before we shot. And so I highly recommend, even if you can't afford it, do a scout. Doesn't matter how big a shoot it is or small a shoot it is. Do a scout. Make sure somebody that is behind the camera and hopefully maybe a gaffer can go to figure out how to accomplish what they want with the camera, what the DP wants to see, or it's going to be a long day when you get there. And if it's sight unseen and everybody gets there for seeing first looks, that first second, that's hard. Hopefully that answered some of that. All right, I'm going to fire up. Let's do, I'm gonna do this. Can I get you just kind of on Hollywood and some flicker?
Yeah.
Just dance around. And Tanner or Jun Fu, come help me do a bounce.
All right.
You're flickering.
All right. Is that working?
Yeah. No, I did bathrooms for a while.
Okay, let's do a bounce card.
Copy that.
All right, so let me pop it loose for me real quick.
Copy that.
Thanks. What I'm doing is basically just dancing in Hollywood and the light, the bounce card, the return, and just seeing how much intensity I can get off of our 10K. And I think we're gonna need to bring in our Lico.
Copy.
But let's find me here, Micah, if you don't mind. Am I out of your shot there?
Yep, you are.
Okay.
I think we gotta tilt that just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Original shots
That
of a
it?
haircut, or
I'll find the original shot on my phone in just a second.
Okay,
All right. No, she didn't have a haircut because we're seeing this guy drinking a beer in the background that's supposed to be dead.
I'll do that.
I just want to point out that
I want to skip over.
Tommy
Yeah.
figured out the
Or
spot
actually,
for
you know
that
what?
bounce
Actually, go
and then
to
had
the left.
his
Yep.
grip come in
There you go.
and bring a stand to the bounce.
One more time.
I said that I wanted to point out that Tommy found the spot for the bounce and then had the grip bring the stand to the bounce as opposed to putting the bounce on the stand and then bringing it back in.
Copy that.
More
Yeah,
effective way to do that.
you ask somebody to find you wherever you are, and that means they're not resetting it. So it's the easiest way to describe that. And all right, let me see what our scene. Yep, we're getting there.
Looking nice.
Yeah, it is looking nice.
It's
And
like
we
a
might
movie.
even go a little higher with that, but stand by. Let me see.
Higher with the camera.
Yeah,
I brought
hang
it just
on.
a little bit.
Hang on 1 second. I'm just looking at what I'm doing right now is I'm looking at I'm cheating and looking at what we shot before. And we may need to wrap around just a little bit to get around him.
Yeah, I think we need to.
Yeah, we'll crab over.
Crab it over. Okay.
Yep. So we're almost, camera's gonna be kind of right around in here.
Copy that, sir.
Coming at you. Dolly moves.
Dolly moves.
Oh, moves.
Copy that, keep coming. Yeah, that's good, right there, Brad.
Right there, right?
Yep.
He's on left-hand side.
Uh-huh.
No, we got more.
Yeah, come on up, buddy.
Come on up.
Moving on up.
And Mike, let's have you left arm out, right arm on your belly, kind of there. Yep. Yep. Love it. Play dead. And can I snag, does anyone have a C-47 on them I can take apart? C-47, also known as a bullet, also a clothespin. Yep. Thank you. All right. So I don't have this to like show like up on the screen, but this is our clip from the movie. So that's what I'm trying to recreate. And we're getting really close. So thanks.
Cool, man.
Yep.
Do you have any negatives or anything for this return here?
Yeah.
Probably a little bit.
Well, I think I want to pump in that 1K
Okay.
and then put it on the big dimmer. The Variac.
We're wide open at 2.8.
I mean the Lico, the 750. Sorry.
I think this is the 1K.
That's fine.
Yeah, put it on the 1K.
Please. Cool.
I mean, I think isn't this the 1K as well?
I think so.
Yeah.
Let's try it.
We're good.
All right, do we?
And you're just gonna bang.
Yeah. I'll
Yep.
go higher.
Please. Yeah, we're getting really close.
Okay, you want to get
Excuse me.
Direct upper.
What is? Oh, that's my. I'm like, what is that green? Oh, that's my notebook.
Yeah.
That would help. All right. So I guess another way to kind of describe some of these things. Every light has its purpose. Sometimes you need a giant light to do a giant job. And then sometimes you can get away with doing 60 watts and dimming them down and making candlelight. One of the things we did, a perfect example of a big light doing a big job was we had 10 condors. A condor is an aerial lift, usually used for construction, has a pneumatic boom, can go up, has a 6-foot basket on it. We in film attached big lights to it, take it up outside of a building and bang light through a window. We did a U shape with 5 electric department condors and 5 grip condors for Lincoln for the whole month. We did a month of shooting Congress. So the whole time that they were battling it out, trying to figure out what bill they were going to amend or pass or whatever, we had a full horseshoe of condors outside of the state capitol in Richmond, Virginia. What happens when you need to, sometimes you shoot day for night. Does everybody know what that is? And sometimes you shoot day for day, which is when you want to be the sun and you want to control the sun. So why we had so much hardware out there was because every Condor had 1 or 2 18Ks in it hitting the windows of Congress. And then we had each grip Condor had a 20 by fly spotter flying a giant solid over the light, blocking the real sun from that window. And so basically, fly swatter it's a 20-foot by 20-foot black solid flag. So imagine just a giant flag off of a basket of an aerial lift. And so it's hardware, it's rigged, it's made to handle a little bit of wind, and so it's giant. It doesn't always have to be manned. You can control the Condor from the base, which is the opposite of juicer jail. So when you're in the Condor, you're in the Condor, and you're there for 6 hours till lunch, and then you're in it for another 6 hours. So you plan accordingly. Yeah, there's so basically when the fly swatter is behind the 18Ks of that nature, it's blocking the real sun, and then you can dance throughout the day, dance the light source and play the sun as the sun moves in the building or wherever their shot is from the inside. What we did on Siren was we kind of did a smaller version of that with a 12 by solid and had it behind the tenor, blocking the true sunlight off of these 2 windows that was our cabin set on the main drag of this, this little cowboy town. So in different, you can use them with just having a frame and rope and tying those things down because they do get windy but we have, it's if you don't want to get that big, you can 4x frames work really great too. But that's just a perfect example of just covering your source, covering the real sun, and then dancing stuff around. Cool. Yes. Yeah.
Full blue on it.
Let me take a look.
Start coming up.
Let's split the diff. Come down a little bit. Yep. And let's come up on the closest lantern light to her. Yep. Yep. And a little bit more on number 2, Tanner, if you don't mind. So Tanner, if that's a little too much, come down a bump. Let's if you have some tape, let's mark those the highs. Can you help them do that? So what we're gonna do is I want to put what I'm having the guys do is where you're on the dimmer, if you've got it's kind of like the hands of a clock. So, but you're trying to match. If you ever need to come back to that point, basically, I don't know how many times I saw guys and learned from other people's mistakes of they go to move something after the DP set it, or they've got you're at 75% out of 100%, but they didn't mark it, and all they've got is a dial hand squeeze dimmer like this, and they have no idea where top shelf is. So what you do is you do a piece of tape on the base of the hand squeeze, and then a piece of tape on the dial that spins. So, and you marry those two, so you come back to that. And I know it's a state, theater people know what that is, and you figure that out. Anyway, everyone steals everything from the Army, I'm just told. So they probably started there. Cool. We good?
Yeah.
Are you ready to do some flicker? You did? Yeah, I bet.
Not very convincing. Put another shot on.
Put another shot.
You guys laugh, but if I die here, it's going to be a story you're going to be able to tell your grandkids.
Oh my God. Let me pull something up real quick that Nate wanted me to kind of convey and give him a little credit for for including me in this thing that we're doing today. Nate said that, one second. So he's when I was saying about every light has a purpose and like bigger lights, his thing was working with larger sources creates a more natural environment and allows the actors room to work. They don't have to be crawling through a C-stand jungle, and it allows some freedom for improvisation and in blocking. And we already touched on the thing about the lows with the fireplace, and we'll show you a little something about that in just a few minutes. But yeah, I'm gonna give me a little dance. Yep. And shake up that third one, Brad, if you don't mind. Yep. So basically, that's an easy example of showing a fire that's far away or a lantern that's a little closer, or even just a little bit of candlelight. And I know this may be something that you guys have done before, but it's putting all the elements together, kind of have that perfect storm of, you have your set, you have your actor, all that comes together, and it looks pretty great when you fire all that up together. Cool. I think anyone want to take a quick picture of that? Because we're going to move on since we're not rolling camera. And then I want to move around and do Mike's shot real quick. Yeah, it looks good. She's good. Nice, guys. Awesome. So let's come around with camera. We're gonna back this guy up. Keep all your settings, Tanner, but we're gonna back up. Let's pull back our. Yep, and I'll show him how to do that in just a second. Just back it up like 2 feet, please. And let's come around. And we're off of Thais, but it's okay. You can stay there. We're going to come around and basically just look. We're going to shoot right into the wall. Watch your toesies. That looks pretty good. Let's hold there. So this, what I'm doing right now is just showing you the other look that we were trying to get from, and like I said, I wish I had it up on the screen, but I have it on my phone. Technology.
Can you talk about
Yeah.
the difference between prep time for like a student feature versus like a short film?
Absolutely.
The question was, what's the difference in prep time between a studio feature and a short film?
The difference in prep time is days and weeks for a feature, as opposed to probably hours and maybe a couple days. The easiest way to, we filmed Lincoln for almost 3 months, and they added almost 2 weeks of shooting to the film. And that was 99% except, we shot everything in Richmond except for what they did CG when they showed the burning of Richmond in the film. It's great there because of like historical buildings and stuff like that. But they did build, we had 7 indoor sets. They built an entire hallway of the White House, and then had different, like the Lincoln's bedroom, the kids' bedroom, the Lincoln office and Seward's office. Those were full sets that were as big as this room, and working fireplace but it's cavities where you could put dado lights and smaller fixtures and things like that. But they started building that set 8 months before we set foot on it. So there's talk about that kind of prep time. I mean, there's a lot. Yes, sir.
Period piece costumes
Mm-hmm.
tend to be a little on the dark side,
Yes.
absorb a lot of light.
Yes.
Can you address that a little more than your average?
Absolutely. So the
Costumes and period pieces tend to be of darker fabrics. How do you compensate for that in lighting?
I'm gonna be. It's gonna haunt my dreams. There's this guy. No. All right. So an exuberant amount of light, like another good. It's a good example because if you go back and watch it, Congress in Lincoln, everyone has a dark suit on. They're in blues and dark blacks, and they all have those silly hats, and it's a lot of darkness. So it's one of the lights that we used a lot of was 500 watt ECTs. Is that what they are? ETC, sorry. But we built them into these kind of pyramid 6-foot boxes, 6x3s, and had quarter grid, had the seamstress sew on Velcro for quarter grid, so we could rip it off if we needed or open half of it. And you can lay them down. They have legs on them. You can lay it down horizontal when people are at a desk. The old guys, and you just need a soft uplight, and you unscrew or flip a couple switches off of it, and it's not as intense as all 6 bulbs inside. So it's basically a 3K in there, but you can knock it down, or you can stand it up, and it was 6 feet tall, and then it had 2 to 3 foot legs on it, and you raise it up so as anyone walking through, if it's a whole crowd of guys walking downstairs and coming through, it's because of the darker clothing, you're using larger fixtures. And that if you don't plan for that, you're going to get bit in the end. Honestly, it's a short answer to that. But yeah, how are we doing, B-Rad? Yeah. All right. Yep. I love it. So this is the other shot, and I have my special effects guy pouring blood and getting it a little bloodier, but here was our shot that we're matching right now.
That's getting better though.
Yeah.
I was saying we could take
So-
over there.
And I'm sorry to be showing you on my phone, but there it is. Yeah, we got a little trip hazard. Sorry. We're good. You look good, Mike.
I feel great.
I bet you do. Let's.
What's your motivation?
Right.
Try to remain awake.
Cool. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Let's do. Let's work on our water gag, gentlemen.
Water gag.
No, you're good.
Do I have to be on the ground for the
All
water
right,
gag?
let's bring it. It can stay there. Let's just slide it in front of Dolly for a second.
Do I have to be on the ground for the water
And we
gag?
can bring that on in, Tanner. Thank you.
Points.
Points. Trying to find it, Micah. It's
If you're past it, I'll show it.
yeah, that's it.
Where?
No, you can come on in. I want to show them. Yeah, absolutely. Come on up.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll be fine. Watch your back.
Watch your lift higher. There's knees. Lift. Okay. All right. You're good there. Thanks.
Up you.
So, we got that parkan standing by outside. It can stay there.
Yeah,
We're gonna broom it right off, and you got the full blue. Thanks. Let's horizontal this, guys, for me, real quick, if you don't mind. Just watch it. Thanks.
And then
Repatch that
Yep.
into the parking.
Yeah, buddy.
There was a question in the other room about
Yeah.
firelight rig.
Yeah.
How did you set that up? How's it work?
Yeah, I was gonna show. So can we bring pieces in for the other one? I'll show it like scaled down. That was on my list, but I just didn't. Yeah, we can do that. We can do no. Let's do that real quick because I don't want to get away from that, and we'll broom this off for just a second. No, leave that there, Tanner. I just want to bring the whole thing in, and I would like to bring all the pieces in for the second one. Let's just stand her up. Get it out of the way. Oh, you didn't have to bring it here, guys. That's cool. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, we'll do it.
Won't be able to see it over there.
That's true. And then we'll show them what it looks like over there. Let's bring that back into Thais's face on that side. And yes, sir.
That reflective square is folded up and
Yep.
half to a triangle.
Mhm.
Why is that?
Because it's not finished. That I didn't mean that to sound sarcastic. I'm just like, I'm gonna get to it. Sorry, buddy, you're going up.
You're good. Going up.
Hey. Now I want to show you how to finish building it. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, it's just there for Have you not seen Atomic Blonde in the Western? Come on. Yeah. Yep. So C-stand pieces. Yep. The whole nine. Thanks. And so Brad, more 60 watts, some black wrap, and more straw, please. Okay, cool. No, we got enough.
You want to fight it up?
No, I don't. Just there's an inline switch. Micah had it for the park end. You got an inline switch, please.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, inline switch. Okay, so basically what this guy is, what the lantern gag is, to answer your question for the other room or online, I took one of my buddies, Chris Patterson, has another rental company called Refraction Film. He basically has a couple of these little planks with porcelain sockets on them, and they're great for these little 60 watts. So, yep, we're gonna plug it in. I'm gonna show them right now.
We also use them in covered wagons all the time.
Exactly. So a covered wagon is basically a wire grid cloth that you can get at Home Depot. It's basically what you keep rats and squirrels out of your house with, that wire square mesh. That stuff, if you take a 2x6 and fold over the grid cloth and then cover it with like sail, it's almost like a sail material. It's kind of in between diffusion and an actual silk, but it's like I'm forgetting the name of that one, but it might be magic cloth.
Close to magic cloth.
So, but you can cut a piece to that size to fold over that metal wire, so it keeps people from burning themselves because it's an open bulb. But it also gives a soft light. You throw them behind a couch.
We have an LED equivalent.
Exactly.
Later that we'll show
Yep.
you guys as well. We have an LED equivalent of that too, which we're gonna bring out later to show you guys.
Oh, cool. That'll work. That's cool. I'll take you got some pegs on you, or just some tape? That's cool. We're all right. We'll just do this, and I'll show them because they can see it.
The black arm that's hanging off the front of the camera is called a French flag. It is mounted to the handle above the camera to move with the camera, so you can bring it right into the edge of frame, and they're using it to block lens flare from the big light in the back of the set.
You got black wrap?
Where'd it go? Yep. We need tape.
No, I just need this to actually clip together. Let's stay there. That works. All right, where'd that other piece of straw go? So basically what I did was I wrapped it in straw in CTS, in full straw, and then I'm just blacken the back side of it. So, yeah, and then I'll pan it onto Thais and show you what it looks like.
Can you explain what black wrap is yet?
Oh, I don't think so. Okay, so black wrap is basically heavy-duty tinfoil that can take a lot of heat, and the old school guys that I learned from said, "Bring me Run DMC." So there's that. But anyway, sorry. Some sail, some fall. It's cool. I expected that to come out of your mouth, but that's all right. What?
Well, I'm not sure.
What?
Diffusion from Home Depot or something?
No, I was saying the hand squeezes, the dimmers, is what you can get. You can get all those pieces from Home Depot.
You're talking about building something out of the road.
Oh, the covered wagon. All the supplies you can get from Home Depot for that. So, not the diffusion. That's the only thing you can't get from Home Depot. Sorry.
You buy wire mesh, like wire grid, and attach that over, and then you
got a
put
second
diffusion
one?
on the outside.
Second hand squeeze.
They refer to it as some sort of sailcloth, magic
A
cloth.
big 1K barrier.
Just pull me one. Yeah, it's fine.
It's quite retarded, yeah. For the most part.
That's available.
Now just trade it out, Tanner, with one of the hand squeezes over there. The ones with the dial, please. No, I want to show them how to do it. I just want
Mike just grabbed some stuff too to show off the.
Anyone that wants to know there's between aluminum foil and this.
to. I need a cube tap, please. Yes, sir. All right, and
$25.
okay. All right. Here. Just go. You don't even have to. Just bring me the stinger. So the other thing that I forgot to mention on this was that all of everything that we powered on this set has been powered from a 7,000 generator outside. I'm not using anything to house power in this for this one. So, and the point for doing that was basically to show you that you can do this in a cabin in the woods in Alpine or Julian or wherever you guys find a location in the middle of nowhere. For not too much money, you can rent a couple generators and take all the power that you need out there to wherever you're filming. Yes, sir. Do it. Can I have another piece of straw? And it get hooked up there, please. Thanks. And can I trade? Hey, Junfu.
Yeah.
Can I have a hand squeeze? Trade me a hand squeeze over there that has the dial on it, the dimmer, the wheel.
The whale, okay.
Yes, please. Thank you. I want to show them real quick, and then we'll plug in our water light and we'll wrap it up. While they're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and. Oh, you're good. Cool. Yep. All right. Okay, got it. Okay, so I need another little hunk of black. All right, Thais, will you look at camera for me? Look at camera for me. Thank you, sweetie. Oh, okay. Oh, he's waiting on a battery.
Oh, now we got picture. Okay, so we have picture. So
okay. Hey, B-Red, will you can we kill the house lights behind sound?
can we kill the house lights behind sound there? There we go.
Cool, thank you. And can one of my Junfu,
Yes.
when we pulled one of the, can we have at least a couple more of that other lantern back up?
Okay.
It doesn't have to be, just have them, you can,
Didn't have enough
Dimmers.
it's okay. That's cool. Cannibalizing is good. And Micah, if you'll go kill the 10K, please. Or just start coming down on it, on the back of the head, please.
Hello.
You can come all the way out. Come down on yours, Junfu,
Come down.
please. Thank you. Come down more. And a little up a little bit, please. That's good. So, Mike, do you mind stepping back? There's two big trees that don't make a good window. Thank you. So basically, what I'm doing with two hands is what a Magic Gadget can do. But you're gonna get, your highs and lows. You can, if you're doing a full fireplace. We preset that B-Rad, the sky panel.
Yeah.
Can we just fire that up real quick and we'll show them if you needed a full fireplace. So hopefully that's enough of an example of what you can do with just some hand squeezes from Home Depot. How you guys doing over there? And then I'll show them this water gag and then we'll move on.
Okay, it was plugged in.
Okay, you can steal this. Here.
All right.
Merry Christmas. And while they're doing that, I can get who's got a flashlight? Just right here.
Here. So,
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
and then
That's good. I like the return. Let's do. Yep.
That is an Airy sky panel.
S60, yeah.
That is also a rim light, if you remember that from earlier in the day.
that's pretty cool.
Cool.
Beautiful.
See, that's so it's got tons of different settings on it. And this is what they call a fire warmer. It's got speed variable, and right now it's like at 10%.
Yeah. Can we show 100 just to show how bright this thing can get?
That's
Yeah.
trying to burn her out of the room.
Yeah. now the cabin's on fire.
Like,
Now,
if you
yeah.
look at each, like turn to the person next to you, and you can see what it's doing on, in each other's face. It's kind of a cool effect.
That's through diffusion. That's through a full frame of diffusion bouncing off a wall. To give you an idea of the power of a
Yeah.
S60.
Cool.
Sorry.
It does look
It does.
This is how much light it throws right in front of
It's all right.
It's a blast of light.
So I'm gonna show this little water gag, and if I can get just one, just so I can show them what I'm doing.
All right, we're gonna do house lights real quick. We'll probably kill the sky panels for a second while we show the water gag. All right. House lights.
House lights, please. Thank you. Thank you. That can go away. Lanterns can go away. Actually, just that one. We'll pan the other one and kill the house lights in just a minute. But I want to show. So what I'm doing with the end of this guy is this is Mylar. Basically, you can do a small version of this very cheaply by going to any Party City and getting Mylar balloons. You can tape them together. You can cut them apart. I've done it with a 18 by 24 frame, and basically for a couple bucks, you can get like a dozen Mylar balloons and make a big piece of this if you don't have a roll of it. And
You
then,
can also go to sporting goods stores. They'll have emergency blankets that are made out of silver mylar.
that works too. So let's, all right, B-Rad.
Where you want to go with this?
I just want to go be right here.
Copy you.
And then we'll tuck it behind and show what it does on the window.
All right. You're gonna hit it with
Yep.
very explained Parcan with full blue.
Yes, sir.
1,000 watt parking.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Rock and roll light.
Rock and roll.
Hey, actually, B-Rad, let's do it real quick. Fire here, and then we'll move it, and then show them what it does on the window.
Okay, let's
And I'm from the South, and it is a window. Everything ends in A.
Oh, here, you're right. I got a switch right here.
Okay, good. Switch.
Let's pan it down.
Squeeze.
Tilt. All right,
Squeeze.
we're good. Just fire it up. Give me.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, let's kill the house lights, please.
Striking. There we go.
So what we did here, let's get whatever's underneath it off of it, please. So what I did on Lincoln was when they were on the riverboat, we had a whole ton of these. We had a whole bunch of Parcans and had probably about 8 of these Mylar frames, and they hooked fishing line to him, and basically one dude was doing about 4 of them. And he's sitting on an apple box or in a cushy chair or whatever, and just ding, 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 dancing all day. So, yeah. So, anyway, you get the idea. We can behind the window, and you can see that if you want, but we can do that later. That's about it for me. Thank you guys for listening. Appreciate it.
All right, let's bring the house lights back up. Yeah, hang on one second.
Yeah.
Some of the folks in the other room want to see that again
Absolutely.
live.
Yes,
so
sir. We
Can
can
you in scene or
let's put it in scene.
we're going to put it in the scene, okay?
Yep.
So if you're in the other room, come on in here and take a look.
Stand and bag, please. And the
Let's
switch.
overcrowd this room. Yes. Yes.
Points.
Well, come on over here.
Yours? Yeah, it's going to play right now.
Okay.
And
Just find
still
me there.
have Trevor, do you still have a shot up?
And do.
Okay. I'm going to have...
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks for your help. Yeah, I saw that.
So while they're getting this set up, are there any questions?
What did he use for the video?
He's going to... It's
We're
a sheet of mirror Mylar. We'll show you in a minute.
We're
But he's
putting it
setting
in
it
the
up.
window so you can see what it would do if it was outside in a scene. Whatever that guy needs. Or jump in and help them.
Go on in there.
Whatever you can do. I think there's eight dudes.
Okay.
8 dudes. Yeah, that can go away. And let me know when you guys are ready, and we'll kill house lights and show that gag again. Go ahead. You can kill house lights. Fire it up, Tanner.
That door's open.
All right. So I'll go ahead and show you. Or you want to wiggle?
Yeah.
All right. Give me a little wiggle. So my buddy
Settle,
Brian
please.
Taylor calls it the Spielberg tickler. So because I learned it on the Spielberg film, but basically, if you got a cabin on a river, anything like that, that's basically what the effect would do from outside or from inside looking outside a window.
Gel that red, and it's a horror film.
There you go. It's a sea of blood. So anyway, hopefully that answers questions from the other room. And
Yes, I wanna bring the house lights up and bring the silver Mylar out here because the folks outside didn't see it.
copy you.
So there it is. Hey.
The hand squeezes? So can somebody bring me in a hand squeeze? Yeah, no, it's all good. It's yeah, thank you. So it's just a Home Depot special. You get all your pieces, and then this one can handle up to 600 watts. But you can pay a little bit more and get the 1,000-watt ones.
Yeah.
But it's
Okay,
basically just a
Tommy?
hand dimmer from
Okay.
Home Depot.
Tommy,
Yes, sir. I'm listening.
you want to introduce us to your team real quick? And
Yes, I
thank them?
sure can. Absolutely. Thais Maya is our lovely actress. Many of you know. She was our lead in Siren and was kind enough to join me today and all of us for this. Trevor Elliott is San Diego Film Equipment. He's a good buddy of mine. He occasionally can, if you can't afford a rental, can be paid in beer. If it can,
We just talked about that.
Sorry. Tanner Eck is a good buddy of mine. He's up and coming filmmaker. He's studying, learning underwater cam right now and Steadicam. So hit him up. And we got Kimmy Lane Zerpolo, my lovely set deck, who I met through Chris Patterson, who gave a shout out earlier, Refraction Film. He's who I met most of you guys through, was just coming in, meeting and dancing around. We have Amy Richardson, our lovely hair and makeup.
Yeah.
Jen Fu, the lovely Jen Fu.
Jen Fu Wei.
Micah Miner, who we all know. Brad Elsey, who's a very seasoned dolly grip in town and key grip and gaffer, and our lovely dead guy, Mike Bredemeyer. So, and the unsung hero who's not here today, two of them. Marissa Didymus is our wardrobe lady who got all our wardrobe together for today, and Chris Speed, who, man, if you can throw work Chris Speed's way, he built our lovely set. So
he came in yesterday and installed the flats, and then cut these plants to fit and put them in one by one last night. I mean, just a stud.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right,
Thank you.
Tommy Brown, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Turn it around. Thank you.
They're right there. If you want to get in touch with these people, any of these people, their information is right over here. They're handing it out. If you didn't write down your email address, there's a form over in the next room. Please write down your email address so we can keep you in touch with our newsletter. Take a bathroom break. Be back in 12 minutes.
A couple people asked me how to do membership. If you want to go online and you can sign up online for membership. If you need help, come see me and I'll help you.
We have